Hi guys, my name is Akshat Goel and I'm presently a fourth year student at NEJS Kolkata. Today, we'll decode and understand what is this common law admission test that everybody is talking about. So, we'll learn firstly, what exactly is this test all about? How did it come into existence? What are they testing you in this exam? And who is eligible to sit for it? So, let's get started. So, to begin with, the common law admission test enables you or empowers you to gain admission in some of the best law schools all across India. So the common law admission test is administered by a consortium of 22 national law universities that came together to administer a single moderated exam, which enables you to get admission in some of the best law schools all across India. The idea for this test is quite simple. Instead of having multiple tests for different law schools, to have a singular, commonly moderated exam. And now, let's see what course do you get an admission into. If you clear this exam, you get an admission into a 5-year integrated LLB program for law. Who is eligible for this exam, you ask? Anyone who has appeared for the Class 12 board exams or is due to appear for the same in May 2024 is eligible to sit for CLAT 2024 exam. This exam is being conducted on the 3rd of December from 2 to 4 p.m. This exam will be a 2-hour paper where you have to solve 120 MCQ questions. For every right answer, you get 1 point, and every wrong answer, you get a negative 0.25 deduction. At the end, there is a common rank list that's circulated, which decides which college you get an admission into. A very important day to keep in mind would be 3rd November. That's the last day to register for this exam, so make sure you mark it on your calendar and do not miss out on it. Now, let's understand what are the subjects being tested in this 2-hour exam of 120 MCQ questions. There are 5 subjects overall. Firstly, English language. Secondly, legal aptitude. Thirdly, current affairs, including general knowledge. Fourthly, logical reasoning. And finally, quantitative techniques. Let's quickly decode and understand what each of these subjects is really all about. So in English language, you'll be given passages of about 450 words each, where you have to do a reading comprehension. You'll have to understand the different topics being discussed, understand what the arguments and the ideas that are being discussed are, and answer MCQ questions in relation to the same. Your ability to know the language itself is also being tested, wherein they'll test you on your grammatical knowledge, then test you whether you know synonyms or meanings of particular words, and also ask you for questions such as suitable title, wherein you have to understand the concepts of the passage overall. So that's all about English. Let's jump quickly to legal reasoning. Legal reasoning, again, will give you passages of about 450 words that will involve the discussion of a legal principle, such as perhaps a principle of how contracts are formulated. After which, you'll be given a fact scenario which requires you to apply those legal principles discussed in the passage to the fact scenario present therein. Now, please rest assured, you do not necessarily require any prior legal training or legal knowledge to sit for this exam or for this particular section. All the information that you will require will be given in the passage itself. You only have to understand those principles and apply it to the facts in question. Thirdly, we'll move on to general knowledge. Here again, they'll give you passages about 450 words that will have some missing information in the context being discussed. So they will discuss, say, something about something that's happening in the present scenario. So they might talk about the G20 summit, for example. However, they will leave out some crucial information in the passage in the form of blanks. So they'll say something like, the G20 summit was held in dash. And the question will ask you in relation to the passage itself. So they'll ask you, where was this G20 summit held? Or fill in the dash that is missed above. So here, you have to keep yourself abreast of current affairs ongoing all across the world and answer those questions, keeping in mind your newspaper readings, your general knowledge, and so on. Moving on to the 4th section of logical reasoning. Here again, you'll be given 450 words passages, wherein you have to analyze and understand the argumentation of the author. So here you'll be asked to draw inferences, draw conclusions, understand main idea, find strengthening and weakening arguments that would, strengthen the author's claim. As such, this will test your verbal logic ability as well as your critical thinking ability. Finally, quantitative techniques. Here, you'll be given short sets of facts or pictorial representation of facts, such as in the form of a graph or in the form of a table. And you will have to use basic algebra and arithmetic concepts such as ratio, area, time and distance to find answers to the questions asked on the basis of the information provided. Again, please do not worry at all. You do not require any complicated or advanced knowledge of mathematics. Whatever you've studied till class 10 is well enough for you to ace this section completely. I hope this gives you a decent idea about what the CLAT exam is all about and how to keep the different sections in mind while you prepare for the same. Do join in for the next video where we'll decode how to prep for each particular section in our day-to-day life. Thank you so much for joining it. I'll see you again.